Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this part of Florida and throughout most of its range, you can find something really interesting out here, and that is you can find the biggest species of rattlesnake in the world, the eastern diamondback rattlesnake, but you can also at the same time find the smallest species of rattlesnake. So I'm here in North Florida, just south of Jacksonville. I'm waiting for the boys to get here. We are going to venture off into the wilds of Florida to see if we can find the world's smallest rattlesnake. I'm Dāv Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures.
At Zilla, we are dedicated to the innovation of caging, lighting, and equipment solutions that provide proper husbandry for your pet's long and happy life. To see our entire catalog, visit zillarules.com.
Look who has showed up. Eric, how are you?
Great.
Good. We had a good day today working at the shop. Steve is putting on his anti-tick leech, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever's going to eat me today.
There was Steve's butt, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
So yeah, so this morning we all worked at the shop at Extreme Exotics.
Make sure to tip well in that video.
Yep, and had a really good time. But now it's herping time.
Yep.
And we're going. Steve Crowder is here, and we're gonna hit the trails. Look at this, Eric. There's a gopher tortoise right there. Is that the first gopher tortoise you've seen?
Yes, actually.
Is it really? That's your life for gopher?
There we go.
That's awesome.
I never thought my first herping trip would be with Dāv Kaufman. And yet, here we are.
And wait a minute, this is your first herping trip? Dude, I am honored. I am absolutely honored to be the one to show you your first gopher tortoise, even if you can't really miss it. But that's awesome, man.
Definitely. Honored to be out here.
Sweet.
Let's go find some shit.
Yeah, let's leave him just kind of... God, that's such a perfect pose. You never see that. He's a big one, too.
Definitely.
That's awesome. So if you look at this, you got this tall grass here in this clearing in the woods here, and you've got these sunny patches, and it's on the edges of these sunny patches that you're going to find snakes that are just going to be out sunning themselves right after this morning rain. All right, guys, so look at this racer right here. I'm not going to disturb him because I just want to watch to see what he does, and he is in total hunt mode. Look at him dart all over the place, rapid tongue flicks. He is actively hunting. And I love the way that they lift their heads up. It's called periscoping, so that they can see over the grass. But look at this one. This is a southern black racer, but he is slate gray. But these are the most common snake you're going to see in Florida. These guys are everywhere. So I'm just going to let him go on his hunt here. I'm not going to try to catch him or disturb him in any way because he is definitely on the scent trail of something. And to sit here and watch his natural behavior, there's much more value in that to me than actually going in for the catch and disturbing him. All right, guys, look at this. This is what we came for. Can you spot the rattlesnake in this shot? He happens to be right there in the center of the screen. They are this small. Look at that. So this is the world's smallest rattlesnake. This is a dusky pygmy rattlesnake. This one's actually a really beautiful one. This one has a lot of nice reds on it, a lot of really rich grays and black spots. But if you notice right here, that is his tail. They have the smallest little tails, and you can hardly hear him buzz. And he obviously is getting a little bit agitated with me, which is fine. I mean, if somebody stuck a stick on my tail, I'd get agitated with them too. But look at that. They don't really do a constant rattle. They just kind of twitch their tail like that. And he's in total alert mode right now. And just because this is a small rattlesnake doesn't mean that if he bites me, it's not going to put me in the hospital for a day or two. These guys are venomous, and they are potentially dangerous, even for their small size. So these rattlesnakes have a hemotoxin, which means that the venom breaks down your blood cells. And essentially, what rattlesnake venom is it's a lot of proteins and enzymes that break down cells. Essentially, it starts digesting you, and that's what rattlesnake venom is for. It's not for defense, it's for procuring food. And so when this snake bites its prey item, which is small mice or frogs, that animal is going to go off and it's going to die because it's being digested from within. The rattlesnake's venom is literally digesting the animal before the snake then follows the scent trail and finds its meal. So right here in this part of Florida, there is also the world's largest rattlesnake, and that's the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. We could see one of those today, actually. It rained this morning, and now the sun is out, and that is a perfect recipe for snakes to come out in sun, just like this guy is. But this is one of the rattlesnakes that I really wanted to find here. The world's smallest rattlesnake. That's this guy, the dusky pygmy rattlesnake. So if you are watching my Fishing Adventures channel, then you know Steve Crowder. We have gone fishing a couple of times. We were out yesterday. It was an incredible day out there yesterday. But you come here a lot. How many pygmy rattlesnakes have you seen here in a day?
In a day, probably around 15 or so.
15. So they're
sometimes up to 20.
They're really common here.
Very, very common here. We're lucky to have them too, man. They're just so easy to come by usually.
Right.
I could usually find, you know, a handful sometimes in the first 5 minutes of looking.
Well, that's the cool thing,
yeah,
is that they're one of the coolest rattlesnakes in Florida, and you don't have to put that much effort into finding them.
No, not too bad. It's actually really nice, especially this time of year. You know, it's a little tougher in the winter, obviously, but springtime, you know, everything's alive and moving.
That's
I love
right.
it.
That's why I love spring.
You and me, man. You and me both.
All right, we are creeping up on a gopher tortoise mound. These gopher tortoise mounds are everywhere here now. And oh, look at that. There he is right there. We just missed him. There's his big old butt going back into his mound. So when you're walking through the woods here and you see a gopher tortoise mound, there are up to 130 other species that take advantage of these gopher tortoise mounds. And one of those species is the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. So when you see a gopher tortoise mound like this, go and look all around it. You could see a gopher tortoise, but you could also see a lot of snakes just outside of the mound sunning themselves. So we're gonna leave this gopher tortoise and his butt in his mound, and we are gonna move on because I don't see anything else around here. Oh man, look at this. The whole trail is flooded here. I wish there was another way to get around this. Ah, screw it. Okay, not good, not good. Very wet, very deep, very wet, very deep. All right, Eric just spotted this, and I just walked right past it.
I believe, don't quote me on this, a barking tree frog.
So you're saying barking tree frog? You gotta call it.
Maybe, yes.
I concur.
Yes.
That is a barking tree frog. Man, look at how he just blends into this palmetto here. What a cool frog. Man, they look so much like eastern gray tree frogs that, you know, turn green or gray, but when the eastern gray tree frogs are green, they look exactly like this almost. They have that same kind of body shape. And look at that white outline around the lower part of its body there, and the white spots. And the reason why these are called barking tree frogs is that they literally have a call that sounds like a bark. Wow, very cool find. Do you like how I admitted that I walked right past it, you found it?
You're fine.
Yeah. We are very honest and have integrity here, at least 55% of the time. Be very quiet. There's an armadillo right there. Look at that dude. He doesn't even know I'm here yet. As soon as he lifts his head up and sees me, he's either gonna come up and say hi or run screaming into the woods. Ah! And then he saw me, and he doesn't care. So it is in fact a fact that certain species of armadillo, if you pick them up and they scratch you, they can transmit leprosy. And, you know, we all know what leprosy is. It's where all your skin falls off and you're not half the man you used to be. But that was as close as I've ever come to a wild armadillo. I'm sure you guys that live down here and across through Texas and the American Southwest see these guys all the time. For me, being a Minnesota boy, we don't have those in Minnesota, and that was a really cool experience to get that close to one. Look at that, another one is coming right towards us. Next on Dāv Kaufman's Armadillo Adventures, another armadillo. Look at him. I'm gonna touch his butt. I'm gonna touch his butt. I'm gonna touch his butt. I touched his butt. I'm touching his butt. Look at him. He's like, get out of here. He's like totally. Look at this. That is insane. Like, we are like right next to him. I can reach out and scratch his back. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Dāv Kaufman's Armadillo Adventures just got exciting. Look at this. This is crazy. He's not freaking out. He's not running off into the woods. He's just like, stop touching me. Stop touching me. Mom, Dave won't stop touching me. Is my hand gonna fall off now? My hand is, look what's happening to my skin. Dude. Oh, and then I wipe it on my face. Oh no, my image. I've never reached out and touched a wild armadillo before. That is crazy. Have you ever seen that before?
No, I've never seen them walk up to people either. Also nonchalantly.
That's insane. Why is my hand burning? You don't have any like lotion or?
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna have to go wipe it on Steve. All right. Now I haven't seen it yet, but my reptile senses are telling me that there's a pygmy somewhere here. That one's a really nice one. Holy crap.
He's gorgeous, man.
Let me just, will somebody reach in there and get the grass out from in front of his face?
No.
All right, fine. That is a gorgeous pygmy. This one's really high contrasty. Is that a word, contrasty?
Yeah, it is now.
But look at the reds down his back and the white outline around those saddles. Man, this is one gorgeous snake.
We'll take it.
That's right. And this is how these dusky pygmies just are found. They are literally just coiled at the base of these palmetto trees like this. And they're very rarely out and about. I've seen them crossing roads at night. But this is how you find them, just coiled at the base of a palmetto like this. And they're really hard to spot on that colored ground. And it really makes me wonder, did we walk past 20 of them for every one that we see?
Guarantee it.
Yep. All right, guys, this is another pygmy. This one is on the move. So if pygmies are on the move right now, that means a lot of other stuff is going to be on the move. But we don't want you to go away. We want to take a look at you. So I'm going to grab this here. Oh, you have a snake hook.
Like, I can bring this back there. Come here, buddy. I'm going to bring you out to the path.
I never carry snake hooks with me because it's just, you know, I don't like carrying stuff. So I always use sticks and stuff. Look at that. This one is much darker, but this one you can really see that tiny little rattle that makes almost no noise when they shake it. But look at that patch of red right behind his really dark head. This is a really good looking pygmy. Look at Steve's cell phone there. That gives you a really good scale for how small these rattlesnakes are. What you got over here, boys? Our fourth pygmy up in a tree. He's not really up in a tree, but he's sitting right here on this palmetto leaf. Look at that. That is like the perfect in situ shot. This is exactly how you expect to find these guys and never see this. And I always love how they kind of sit with their tails tucked under their coils. You can't even see their rattles when they're coiled like this. How would you describe this awesomeness in one sentence?
Amazing. One word. Amazing. Humbling. Yeah.
Amazing, humbling.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent sentence.
Definitely. I work at a pet store.
All right. All right, guys. So we just walked for at least 100 miles, maybe 2. But man, we put in a really good hike and we found 4 of the world's smallest rattlesnakes, which was awesome. I really wanted to find a yellow rat snake out here. Seriously, I am yet to see a yellow rat snake in the wild. It's crazy. But man, 4 pygmy rattlesnakes, bunch of armadillos, bunch of cool other stuff. This was a really awesome little herp trip down here in Florida. So anyway, guys, there is lots more reptile adventures coming up. So hit that subscribe button. As always, hit that bell. Give this video a like, and until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.